Hey guys, Tim here from Droid Live. Today we finally have in our possession the all-new Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. We have had the regular S6, the flat one, in our possession for a couple of days now. So while Kellen is giving that one a run and doing the full review for the regular S6, I'll be handling the review for the S6 Edge. You know, pretty much identical phones, the only main difference being the Edge display. So let's go ahead and unbox it. It has your regular sleeve here. I got the 32 gig white model. Kellen has the sapphire black model in 32 gig. So I won't lie to you. I already opened up the box and I went through most of the basic setup stuff because no one needs to see any of that. So here's the phone. It's on T-Mobile's network. I'm gonna put that over to the side. So here's the phone. We'll put it down here. Let's power it on, and then I will take you through what's in the box. So while that's powering on, we have a box for your quick start guide, which will be in here. We have a charging adapter, USB cable. Oh, and handy dandy earbuds. So Samsung's earbuds are, I heard, to be pretty good. So we'll definitely give those a peek. So now that we are past all that, put the sleeve back on, we can get to the phone. But first, let's take off the plastic here. Alright, no more plastic. There's the phone. We'll give you the outside tour and a rundown of the specs. So along the front side here, we have the 5.1 inch QHD Super AMOLED display. It's 2560 by 1440 with 577 pixels per inch. Inside is a octa-core Exynos processor. Samsung for this year moved away from the Snapdragon and Qualcomm's lineup of quad-core and octa-core processors. So we're going to be finally getting to see how Exynos runs here in the US on our LTE networks. I will say that the screen display going off from time to time is almost sort of annoying. Regardless, has 3 gigs of RAM. Again, this is the 32 gigabit storage option. It comes in 32, 64, and 128 gig storage options. Along the back side, right here, is a 16 megapixel camera with optical image stabilization, or OIS. And on the front side is a 5 megapixel selfie camera. On the bottom here, we have your home button. Of course, Samsung loves the home buttons, but it also doubles as a fingerprint reader. And then also what we found out is that if you double tap on it, it quick launches the camera. So that's a nice little touch. Again, your 5.1 inch, so here's the main difference between the regular 6 and the S6 Edge. This of course has the rounded corners, as you can quite clearly see. You know, I played with this phone a little bit earlier and in a store, mind you, at Best Buy, and I kind of fell in love with it. You know, I hear some people on the internet saying, well, it's a gimmick, it really doesn't offer too much, but you know, I'm gonna put it through the paces and I'll lay my own judgment down, you know, in a final review. But so far, you know, I like the way the phone feels. It doesn't feel too slippery. You know, it does have an edge here. It feels kind of pointy, and I wouldn't say sharp, but definitely a little point into your hand, but it kind of helps with the overall gripping of the device, so I kind of like it. Of course, Samsung has moved away from plastics and faux leather and all that silly stuff. And now we have a metal band around the side. And of course, a Gorilla Glass 4 glass on the front and Gorilla Glass 4 on the back. So again, 16 megapixel, you have your LED flash as well as a heart rate monitor for when you're working out and all that good stuff. You know, real subtle logos, Samsung, Galaxy S6 Edge. The phone has a real good look about it. On the bottom side here, we have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. USB 2.0 port, not USB-C or USB 3.0 or anything like that, it's just USB 2.0. There is quick charging, so you know, if you're at 0%, we also wrote that up. If you go from about 5% and then about 75 minutes, I believe, you'll be back at 100%. So really quick charging. It also features wireless charging, and say if you ordered from Best Buy, then you'll get a free wireless charger as well, which is a big plus. Again, on the bottom you have a microphone as well as little 2 rows of a single speaker right here. Some people say it looks like the iPhone. I'll admit I see it a little bit, no doubt about it. On the right side here is a power button. On the top you have your IR blaster, spot for your SIM card, and then another microphone. And then on the left side you have dedicated buttons for volume up and down. So I mean that's it for pretty much the hardware. You got 2 sensors here, of course. This will be your back button down here, and then your recent apps button. So going past all of that, the software, TouchWiz itself, has definitely seen some improvements since last year, especially with the Galaxy S5. I feel like with the S5, Samsung went balls to the wall on how much stuff they could throw on top of TouchWiz. You know, with things that you really wouldn't use all too often. So now with TouchWiz, Samsung claims that they've cleaned it up. They have enhanced the performance as much as they could. And here it is. From the small amount of time I spent with the phone, say in Best Buy or right now, I mean the phone feels quite fast. Of course, once I load up all my apps and all that, we'll see how it goes. But I gotta say, so far the display is absolutely gorgeous. There's no real lag or anything. Samsung has thrown in their own little animations because, of course, this phone is running Android 5.0 Plus out of the box. I believe it's 5.0.2, although we can go in and double check that. We'll go to About Device, and Android version is 5.0.2. So it is running Lollipop, of course, with the new TouchWiz on top. The camera is supposed to be pretty intense. So right here, we'll super quick autofocus and taking pictures and snapping shots. It should feel kind of like an iPhone in your hand in terms of the camera and all that. So either way, I'm really looking forward to getting some real time in with the S6 Edge. I've been waiting for it. It's finally here. I think it's a really gorgeous device. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything you want to know about it, feel free to leave it in the comments section below. And until then, you'll just have to wait for our full review, which will be out shortly, I promise you. And until then, we're Droid Life. Peace.